Yeah, cool
But
little
yeah,
one.
can you tell me your name again?
Yeah, Carol Coronis, and Ramona Connolly is the fiddle. I played the cittern. It's like a 10-string mandolin on steroids in the Celtic music. When I was a little kid, I liked the rhythms of it. I didn't really, pay attention to the melody, but I liked the rhythms of the reels. And about, maybe 15 years ago, I was able to get reception for the Kaylee Show where I lived, WNH Durham, where I lived on Dover Point Road a while ago, a bunch of years ago. Couldn't get it. And when I moved to out in the country, I got it very well. And I was listening to the Kaylee Show every Sunday, and the theme song was incredible. It's Arthur Darley's, Patty O'Brien's Scared of the Mud, Arthur Darley's. It's a set of three tunes. And I called Roland Goodbuddy, the host of the Kaylee Show. He's been host for about 25 years now. Said, "Who is that? What is that? That's incredible music." And he told me the artist Gerald Trimble played an instrument called the cittern. What the heck's that? So I got the CD, and I loved it. And I also started listening to a local band called the Angel Band, who played a lot of music by Turlo O'Carolan, who's a blind harpist, a 1600s itinerant musician. And when he played music, he was kind of dependent on rich people to give him housing and to hire him. So that was he did. He wrote tons and tons and tons of tunes. But I liked the fast, peppy stuff, and I would listen to the Kaylee Show every Sunday, and I started playing at the press room. I was invited by Tom Hall. Tom Hall's a Nottingham resident, and he'd been hosting the sessions at the press room for about 30 years at the time. And they're Friday nights for 30 to 9 o'clock. I still go, still play. It's all trad music, a lot of Irish. And I just fell in love with the Irish music, the way it sounds, not so much the slow stuff, but the fast kicking reels and the jigs. And what I really like is the rock and roll bent on it, where you get bands like Dropkick Murphys, the Waterboys, Solus, Altan, Lunasa. They play the Celtic music with a real hell of a punch, and it just rocks. I just like the way it sounds.
Name into it.
I'm Ramona Connolly, and I play the fiddle, Irish music on the fiddle.
Awesome. And how long have you played Irish music
I guess I've played Irish music for about 15 years.
for? Okay, and what got you into it?
I listened to it a lot. I mean, I grew up in an Irish American household, and they would sing on Friday nights and do a lot of songs.
Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
And, people would just like to get together with the local priest and party and sing songs and drink drinks and have a great night. And everybody had a poem or a song to contribute. And
And this is when you were a little girl?
this is when I was a kid, right. So really the song repertoire is very familiar to me. But then I began to listen to the tune repertoire. And there's a lot of tunes that are dance tunes, and I love them. So I began to learn them on the fiddle.
Actually, any band's primary purpose at a bar is to sell drinks. So you're really background music, and you can be foreground music too, obviously. I just want to have people be happy, turn around, look at the music once or twice, and then go back to their party, and they're talking, then they're drinking. And, if you're playing music and people are hanging around and drinking, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and we have a blast. I don't really care if they sit there and listen to me or not. That's not what we're about anyway. We're about making a party atmosphere, making people have fun, getting them up to dance if they want, or just having them, just be happy and talk and drink. Yeah.
If you play this kind of music, there are a lot of sessions around that play it. And it's almost like all the Christmas tunes. Well, people who know all these Irish tunes just know them like we know Christmas tunes. You can go to, like tonight there's a big session over in Concord, New Hampshire. I mean, every night of the week there is a different Irish session somewhere. And if you know all these tunes and you keep collecting them, you can go sit with people for a few hours every night and play all the tunes. It's fun. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
What makes it a successful session?
Probably the personalities, maybe even more important than the music, because if you have a couple of strong players, you can carry the session. And I think it's the personalities, leave the egos at home, just don't even go there, have fun,
and give everybody a chance to participate and they feel included. Whereas if people dominate the session, it's boring. It's not fun for them, and why would people come? So I think, I don't know, I think the personalities are important to make it fun, and some sessions have rules where you're not supposed to talk. You don't offer any music until you're acknowledged by the session leader, and you might not even be asked to play. You might come in to a restaurant, sit at a table with your instrument. Nobody will go over to you. And to me, I don't want to be part of that. You know, I wouldn't, if it was me going to the session and being ignored, I wouldn't be happy. So there's that. And some of those sessions are, you know, they're considered successes because they've got a bunch of great musicians and it sounds fantastic. But to me, a session is community, and I know you're going to talk about that. It's community, it's being together, and it's being welcoming to not only the musicians but to the crowd. And if you have a lot of good karma going, to me, that's a successful session when people are having fun. And you know, the music sounds good too.
Sure, yeah.
And I think it.
And that's why we like playing here, because Tom, the owner, and Don said, when you play, invite people to play with you. Invite anyone who's out there that wants to sing a song or play. Now, a lot of people are intimidated. Americans can be very shy about it all. In Ireland or with an Irish crowd, if you say, does anyone have a song? The next one's jumping up right then. They're not, you know, I think in a way we are all very shy, but he wanted us to invite people, and that was good. We really believe in that. We don't like this idea of rules where you can't play a certain thing and you can't play it that way and you can't play it too fast.
There's a lot of that.
Because people are all different, you know. And the other thing is I agree with Carol, the session leaders will set the tone. They'll kind of set how it goes, and you'll go to different ones and you'll see the way the leader of the session prefers it, and pretty much the whole group will go to that style. And so they're all different, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we really have fun with the way we do it.